As soon as we went to break, Ricky walked in, so we've been having a fucking blast during the break talking.
Yeah, it's already begun.
Sorry, I've seen it before Christ killing.
Well,
Rich, you can't just
Rich
finish
Moss
it.
said he loves the show The Killing, and I said the original version or the American. He went American, like there isn't. Like that's the original. Like denying there was another version.
Of course.
No,
Yeah.
I never denied it. I said I just didn't see it or do research.
No,
about
'cause he
it.
said-
I'm satisfied. Shut up. Don't fucking just jump in and take his
But
side.
Ricky's
He's right on
though.
this one.
This
He
is
is
a
right on
typical
He is
example.
probably right.
Typical example
He is probably right.
of American
Okay.
exceptionalism. You think that
Okay.
we've started everything.
That's
it's
true.
really an ugly view.
No,
It is true.
We didn't start World
Do you like
War
the
One
fact
or
that he
two.
stole the office from Carell too?
Yeah.
Well, it's lovely to be here.
Well, welcome, Ricky Gervais.
What are we talking about today? What's the world outraged at? What are we doing? What's going on?
I feel like everybody's still kind of hungover from Michael Jackson and R. Kelly week.
Yeah. Oh, there's a new R. We didn't say this. There was a new R. Kelly
new
tape.
R. Kelly PP tape.
Allegedly
Right.
been found on some guy had like a tape of VH1 Sports Moments or something, and there was like R. Kelly. He said he was having sex with an underage person on it. He just turned it over to prosecutors in Pennsylvania.
What a snitch.
I want to know why he was watching VH1 Sports Moments. Like,
I
why
know.
was he watching these?
Snitched on himself. You can't even snitch on not in this prison. You don't even snitch on yourself. Yeah.
It was some guy. He had a tape, and I guess he got it from a friend, and he said R. Kelly is on. Like it was like one of those ones they probably put stuff.
Right, they taped over, and it wasn't labeled, and then all of a sudden they put it in the VCR, and there's a scene with R. Kelly pissing on another girl.
Is that what it was?
That's what I'm assuming. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Gloria Allred has taken up the case.
Get out of here.
That's right.
She's trying to get some fucking media attention.
It's weird,
she never
isn't it?
does that.
She tries to stay off camera usually, but this time she's jumping on camera. R. Kelly, he's just
He is finished.
he has made
But
such a stir.
why are we even talking about R. Kelly? Wasn't he finished anyway?
He should have been, yeah, but people kept working with
No,
him.
but I mean, apart from that, but why are we still even talking? Even if he hadn't done all that, we wouldn't be. He's not around, is he? He's not gigging,
relevant.
and he's not.
Yeah, he still does gigs.
Does he?
They just canceled. He had one booked in Germany. They had to move to a bigger venue. This is after the documentary.
Really?
Yeah, and then they moved to a bigger venue, but then I guess another allegation came out, and then they finally just went.
Well,
And
now
he got
you're
arrested.
talking about the original. You're talking about the American R. Kelly, not the Scandinavian.
yeah, I'm talking about the singer, not the fat one that we're friends with.
Yes. He molests fucking buffets.
Yeah.
Creep.
Afterlife is really good, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
I
Oh, it's really
liked
great.
it.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yes, it's on Netflix now.
Wall 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gone down a storm. I've never had a reaction like it really, but that's because it's the days of Twitter. So I don't know what it would have been like.
Well, the reaction is good, though, right?
It's mad. It's insane. But I think that's a reflection of the fact that they just send an email and 140 million people get it in their inbox.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just the model of Netflix is crazy. There's
It
never
really
been anything
is.
like it.
And it's just like, oh, there's a new Ricky Gervais thing. I don't know what this is, but I have it.
Yeah,
I just watch
and
it.
It's it's like going to Google. You can't not see Google once a day.
Right.
It's like that.
Right.
It's on for the first. Yeah. So it's been great. Oh, cheers. Thank you very much. Yeah.
And it's about a guy named Tony whose your wife has passed away, and you're pretty suicidal. I don't know how much of it you want to give away, but you're suicidal.
Yeah, no, it hits the ground running. So yeah, you see a video of her saying and she's obviously going through chemotherapy, and said if you're, and she knows it's terminal. And she says, if you're watching this, I'm not around anymore. Sounds funny so far, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
The laugh track you didn't need in it, but still.
It's my fantasy.
Yeah, great. Anyway, she says, I couldn't say this to your face. You was embarrassed about how lovely you are. And then she leaves a guide for life, and it's really sort of mundane, like take the bins out on a Tuesday and all that. And then you see that he's depressed and he's going to kill himself, but the dog's hungry, and he lives long enough to say, right, okay, I'm going to carry on for a while, but I'm going to say and do exactly what I want. He tries to become a psychopath so it doesn't hurt him anymore, and it's one last adventure, saying what he wants, and then he can always kill himself. He treats it like a superpower, and that's the setup. That's the concept.
But it really
But
is.
it is really funny.
hilarious.
It
Yeah,
is
it's very funny.
Just
It's
pour
really
out.
dark, but really funny.
You call a kid a fat ginger cunt. It made me laugh out loud.
Yeah,
That was
'cause
really
he's called
great.
me a pedo. And
Yeah.
I say I'm not a pedo, and if I was, you'd be safe, you tubby little ginger cunt.
But I love that scene because like it's this scene where you're walking walking past a school and some kid says pedo, and you think it's going to be like, wacky sitcom thing.
Yeah.
I'm not a pedo, and all the kids start, and instead you just call him a tubby ginger cunt. And it's like, that's it.
Because he doesn't care anymore. So there's lots of that, but obviously it develops. It's not just me going around saying cunt.
Yeah.
I do that on here.
You just came up with a creative hook of a show so you could call kids cunts.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's really what the show is. It's on Netflix.
All you have to do is write it for like 14 months, then cast it, and you get the chance to say the C word. Imagine if that was my motivation.
Yeah.
All that effort just to say that.
Was the kid there when you shot that reversal or no?
No, he wasn't. No, I went. Hubba, and everyone laughed, of course. But I think the kid's seen it, and his mum defended it on Twitter, and they said, "Oh, it's cruel." He said he had the loveliest day. He wasn't even there. Again, fake outrage.
Oh, they were outraged about that?
Of course.
Well, they want something.
But a few of them were. It's like half a dozen people, and then a paper picks it up and says, so-and-so said a thing, and people are outraged. No, 0.0001% of people are outraged. The rest of us couldn't give a fuck, and we wouldn't even know about it if you hadn't found 2 tweets and put it in your paper as a headline. It just gets in the way. It's nonsense.
It is nonsense.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're as high profile as you are, and you still say the stuff you say, and you still defend it the way you do is great. It's really great.
I'm asking for it, aren't I?
No, but it's funny. It's like you're still being
it just
funny.
doesn't matter in the end. At the end, but I think this is why things don't get on telly, because people try and do something quite brave and innovative, and then they get scared, or the broadcast said that we get complaints, right? It's nothing to do with the morality of the piece. It's do we have to write letters?
Right.
And I'll go, fuck that. And also, most people can take it. And so what if they do complain? Who gives a fuck? It doesn't mean they're right.
Yeah.
I've never had a complaint upheld.
It really is
Yeah,
amazing.
sometimes the complaints will be false.
That was in the English version of Steve Carell's The Office.
But also, too, Netflix doesn't have to worry about fucking sponsors and boycotting them.
That's
and
true.
fucking running out.
They were even tweeting swearing. And they were getting stick for people saying, this is an official tweet. How dare you swear?
They don't care, though.
My children follows this. Well, look, be careful what your children are doing then. It's your responsibility. We've got to look out for your children. No. No, we haven't.
Well, Trump just said bullshit during a fucking speech, too.
He did.
So he said bullshit.
In the things he's done, that's 10,000th worst thing he's done, isn't it?
You know, our president
10,000
curses? Did you know?
Exactly, yeah.
Trump curses?
Yeah,
No.
As he's grabbing.
It's like outrage culture. It's once you realise it doesn't do anything, it doesn't matter. You can ignore it. You don't get outraged by the outrage anymore.
Does it affect you less than it did, say, 3 years ago?
Yeah. Oh God, much less. Well, I went through a thing of thinking this is unfair. They've ruined it.
Right.
They've ruined it. That's not true. They've lied. They've ruined it. Then you realise that it doesn't matter. It didn't make a difference.
Right.
No one's reading their newspaper. But most people have got more Twitter followers than people read newspapers. Right?
Yeah.
Then you embrace it and monetize it. Like, I tell trolls their tweet made me $250,000 because it was 3 minutes of a show that I tell them. So, cheers. And then you're over it. And you shouldn't look either way. You shouldn't praise it. You shouldn't invest. You should ignore it.
And it almost becomes good for branding when the outrage starts to come in. It's like, good. This is what we were waiting for.
When I say you have to actually do something bad, illegal, in public to be in trouble. When a comedian says in trouble for saying a thing, that puts ticket sales up. Because there's so many people going, at least he said a thing. Some comedians don't fucking say anything.
No one's ever not come to see a comedian because, he's used offensive language.
I know, yeah.
Never heard ticket sales.
I was in Vegas and I followed.
Oh, here we go.
I followed. I followed fucking Ron Jeremy. He went on stage. He's doing comedy now. Unwatchable. So he comes out playing.
I have a better Ron
like
Jeremy.
his early work.
Well,
Exactly.
He would have been better off just pulling his dick out and waving.
Yeah,
but
right.
Anyhow, I said a joke about him after he got off. There was a porn star in the audience. I offended a porn. She was backstage complaining about my joke.
Wow.
Fucking triple anal was mad at something I fucking said.
Well, it's like the thing that recently, a couple of weeks ago, when John Wayne was cancelled 40 years after his death for an interview.
Oh my God!
In Playboy, Playboy magazine.
And you're going, I couldn't believe in the 70s
It was
when
a racist.
John Wayne was old, he was a racist. Not John Wayne.
I know exactly.
The guy in the cowboy hat? No. It wasn't him.
But also, It did say some horrendous things, and but it wasn't like they unearthed it. It went out.
He said it
48
publicly.
years ago,
Yeah.
right? It was out. It's been there
published.
forever, right? Published.
Published.
But the main thing is, what are we to do about it? He's
Right.
dead. I want to go to those people who are outraged. You've won. He's
Yeah,
dead.
he died.
You got your way.
Right.
What the worst punishment for a racist is to die. Well done. You've won.
He's no longer around.
Exactly.
They want to change the name of the airport. That's why. That's what it all came up because John Wayne Airport. Is that Burbank?
I'm not sure, but I did read
John
the
Wayne
story that
Airport,
they want
but
to
they want to
change
change
John
the
Wayne
name.
Airport.
I saw that we have that as well. We have outrage. I mean, you had it here with taking down the Confederate statues, and I think that you should just tell the truth. So leave up the statue and say,
Yeah.
"Great general, bit racist," or "Inventor of the fork, kiddie fiddler."
Right.
Put it on the statue.
Throw a
Add
semicolon on there
everything you
somewhere.
learned. You add it to the statue.
Yeah, like an asterisk, like the Hall of Fame for steroid users.
Yeah.
Almost good cars, anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So Ron Jeremy was not good on stage. I like Ron.
Have you
don't
met
care.
Ron before?
He went on
Did
stage.
you have any experiences with him?
He fucked a girl while she put my penis in her mouth.
Did you know that, Ricky?
You see. Okay. So yeah. Okay.
Did you know?
But no, I didn't
No.
know that.
It was really nice.
And you know what? I shouldn't.
Yeah.
I
Did you
still
want to
shouldn't
know?
know that happened.
Do you want to see
Right.
the picture?
No. I
'Cause his
shouldn't know
penis
that happened.
was in one side and
Imagine-
Ron Jeremy was
but-
in the other
but
side.
imagine this is a normal job, right? And you went to work and you
Right.
sat next to someone and go, "Good weekend." Yeah. You know Ron Jeremy? I don't know. Well, anyway, he's a little fat guy, and he fucked her while she. What was it?
She put my penis in her mouth.
Oh. Anyway, there's a meeting at 10.
This is our job. This is our place of
Yeah.
business. Yeah.
They would
Yeah.
love that story in an office.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, I think
How
that
could you get hard looking at Ron at the same time?
Well, it was difficult. It was more the situation.
I'm rarely shocked.
you don't think that you could get hard in that
Well, the-
situation,
that's-
Ricky?
no, the problem is
I
that-
don't think I'd be in this situation ever.
you-
No, take that. Take it off.
There
Well,
it
it's
is.
blocked. Her
Take
face
it
is
off.
blocked.
But there it is. See, it says
blocked.
her face is
Take-
blocked with a
take it
sign
off.
that says
You
"Lucky
guys
Girl"
look
on
like
it.
two fat bookends.
Well, we were. That was in.
Right, you've ruined it.
that was on Comedy
You've ruined,
Central.
You've ruined it. Let's talk about something else.
What do you mean? This is like, if
Good stuff.
If you have like a
I don't
comic
mind-
hero and you
No,
get to perform with
but
him, this is Jim's.
I don't mind hearing the stories because
Right.
that's left up to my imagination.
That's
but
what
I don't want to be there.
Oh,
In
you know
all
what I mean?
honesty, the
Oh.
fact that I'm looking down like that is uncomfortable. It's
It
not a
is.
good look.
I'm not.
It
Gonna,
is.
I'm not looking.
It's like
anymore.
clenching his teeth a
I
little
don't
bit.
even want to look at the real Jim now. The original Jim.
Yeah.
The original Jim.
Did you ever call you daddy or anything like that?
Did she call
Don't
me daddy?
encourage him.
I
Why
just
are you
because I never knew
encouraging?
that.
Where was it
part.
at?
I don't know. Maybe she did. I don't remember. Whatever I've said in the
Because
past
it looks
is true.
like with the clenching of the teeth, it's like, oh, call me daddy.
Was that the
you know?
AVNs?
that was
right?
the AVN's 2004.
Yeah.
No, I don't think she called me daddy.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay, so that answers the question, Ricky.
But it's like you talk about it like it really is. It's like Coppola talking about. Do you remember filming the? Yeah, I remember it was a summer day, and I think Al was late that day.
well, look,
fuck's sake.
you've done a lot of great work. Jim has as well. I'm curious about both of you.
Mine was just not filmed. I mean,
It's like filming. It's like a diary of a serial killer. One of those people in the Outsider art that filmed every shit they ever had since the age of 8, and now it's a fucking book,
Right.
in an art gallery.
What were you eating here for this
Yes,
meal?
yeah, exactly.
bit of the flu, I see.
Oh, corn.
What's he good
so-
looking?
So apart from,
I was watching Afterlife. I had a question about it.
go on.
It felt like, obviously, this is something that you've thought about. So there's two things here. One was, the first thought I wonder if Ricky is more afraid of Jane dying or you dying. Like, first I go, oh, maybe he's
I'm
afraid.
selfish, so I want to go first.
You do.
and
do.
that's addressed.
You don't
in
want to
there.
deal with
No, I want to go first.
what
She
Tony
wants you
dealt
to,
with.
too.
And then it's just a perfect relationship.
seconded that, yeah.
It's gonna work out really fine for both of us. It's such a mutual agreement.
we
Yeah,
both like you dead
Yeah, 'cause
soon,
there's a
yeah.
line in there that Penelope Orton says about she'd rather live missing her husband than have him live, missing her, and that's a lovely thing. But I think most of us are selfish, and we want to go first.
Right,
So-
and not have to deal with everything.
In real life?
yeah. You want to outlive your wife, do you?
I outlive my kids.
Okay, that's fucking right. That's amazing. That's fucking amazing. That is fucking amazing.
They say no parent should have to bury their own children, but there is that feeling of accomplishment.
Yeah.
You know.
Which has a,
Listen, right, okay, right. How old are you?
How old am I? 61.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, you look good.
Thank
should see him without his shirt
You're
on.
really good.
You're not an MRI, but I'll
Right.
be 62 in June. But
Okay.
thank
And
you.
how old are your kids?
June is far.
11, 26, and 28. My
Okay.
26-year-old's getting married in May.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And
So
who's
much
your
information.
favorite?
Huh?
Who's your favorite? Who do you want to die first? Out of your
Wait,
kids?
who's my favorite kid?
Yeah. Who do you want to die? And who do you want to die?
Like, which
first?
one would
none
you
of
wanna-
them. I love all my kids to death. I love
Okay.
them all.
Okay.
I love them all.
But you just
So
want to have them to
yeah,
have a
I
really
want
good
them
life,
all
and
to
you
go
are.
at the same time, and I'm still there. I don't want to have to deal. I don't want to have to deal with that pain 3 times in a row. Let's just knock it out at once.
Yeah.
Boom. I'll go play golf. What the fuck? I want to get in the RV and take off without
it's
any
amazing.
fucking. No, all my kids. I love my. I got 3 girls.
Think of this show. You're paid to entertain people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we
that's
fail.
That's what we come up with so far.
I hope my
It's
kids die.
unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Well done. And your wife, where do you want her to go in the mix? You want her to live long enough to look after them and then go just before you?
I
You're
really.
thinking about it really honestly.
Yeah, it's important.
It's a
Really,
serious
honestly.
question.
Yeah.
My wife.
Yeah.
Listen, we're good friends now.
Yeah.
You don't want to see a good friend go.
No.
You don't want to.
A buddy.
And
Yeah.
she's basically writes all the stuff. She's like my showrunner.
Right.
I can't.
She writes your stand up as well, does she?
No, not my stand-up. No,
Right.
no,
She should.
No, no. Okay.
No one writes
No.
his stand up.
No. You can't write where you going. Look. I love my. I don't want to get. She's.
I don't want you to
she's
get a sort of too emotional.
No.
Yeah, it's been a lot this morning.
Yeah.
I know we already went over my website.
But you'd like for her to? Would you like for your wife to die before the kids or after the kids? Obviously, you're the
No,
last one.
because I don't want her to die before, because I don't want to take care of my kids.
No.
So I want her
No.
to be
No.
around
Very, very
until
smart.
my,
No, that's
till my-
every father's
till
worst
my-
nightmare.
when my 11-year-old turns 21. Bye, Bonnie. Then.
Yeah.
But I don't want them to
well,
die.
that's
What?
lovely.
This
That's
is
lovely and honest. I
That's
love that.
Rich's website, and this is why we love Rich. Did you hear that, Sam? It says Corner Comedy Club Falls, Canada, and he put attentive.
Attentive.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
He meant to put tentative,
I see.
but he didn't know that.
I'm
the
not
word-
really big on spelling.
No, or subtitles. You only watch the American version of great drama from around the world, but you don't. You refuse. If you're being entertained, you refuse to have to read as well.
I watched Luther.
Is that subtitles?
Is that
that's
No.
English?
Is that British?
English,
That's Idris
yeah.
Elba, right?
Yeah,
British. First of all, who
Jesus
adds?
Christ!
Who
I love
puts
the fact that he
tentative?
thinks English is a foreign language. Fuck me.
That's a fair question.
Jesus
Who puts-
Christ!
No, I was hoping there was subtitles under you right now.
Ricky, when you're going on tour and you're trying to figure everything out, do you usually list the dates while they're still tentative?
No.
So
no,
we get
no.
so distracted by the fact that he doesn't know the difference between attentive
First of all, you little
and tentative.
dickbag, you
Why
think-
would you list the tentative
That
dates
is
on your
true.
website?
Just in case.
Okay, that's a good point.
I want people to be once it's confirmed, they're ready to buy.
I love that.
okay.
So hold on,
Prepare.
why isn't it even confirmed yet?
It is confirmed. It's just.
Well, how come you didn't put
Right.
that? You put attentive. It's
says
still up
attentive.
there.
Listen, I got bigger things to worry about than my fucking dumb website. No
Yeah.
one's going to my website going.
You can stop right there.
Oh Jesus!
I do enjoy that because it's really just a Google Calendars on the website that there's
Yeah.
a print option.
I mean, that is
So
the
if
website.
anybody wants to print
that
out
isn't a
Rich's-
website, is it?
No,
it is not.
That
It's a
looks
good
like a
website.
computer
No, it is not.
program. You
It
know,
is.
when it
No,
goes
go
weird
to-
into sort of
Go-
those dingbats.
It's tough.
Go to the
I
main
believe
page.
it was
Go to
created
the-
by GeoCities.
Go to the main page.
That is like a.
Do you have a lot
That's
of
like
fans?
an invoice. It looks like when you go to print out an invoice. For someone. It's the first time you're self-employed when you get one of those things that's
Yeah.
straight off the invoice. It just says.
Oh, maybe that lady with the kid was right. That's- Look at
Look at
that.
that picture.
I look handsome.
You do actually.
It's a good picture.
It's a
That is a
template.
good picture.
Yeah, it's a template website.
Sitting down.
Yeah. I didn't make the fucking.
You look
Nobody
like,
made
you
it.
look
It's
like
a
David
template.
Beckham's dad in that. That's great.
So, do you have fans that maybe come up and they'll print out the calendar and have you sign it? Like, is it a?
That's the difference. I have fans. Okay. I have fans. Yes. Yes, they come up. Like when you're at a wrestling gig.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Oh yeah,
You knew the answer is probably
nice pictures.
yes.
Oh, there's a picture of us at the bottom right. That's nice. Your little picture section, bottom right. That's a nice me, you and Dave. That's a old picture.
Oh, look
And
at
so
that.
this is like early MySpace.
Yeah, it is. He's got a top 8 on his website.
Wait, I got me and Don Rickles.
Yeah, that's
cool. I
good.
wish it was recent.
Oh God.
So where you get Rich? What do you do? Do you constantly tour or do you do specials like once?
tour. I did a special. We're trying. It's so fucking cool. I
Yeah.
did it at a 12-step convention because I have 33 years sober. So
Right.
and no, they've never
Is
had.
that true?
camera- Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just hoping
yeah.
to get a little credit for it.
Yeah.
That's why he added
No,
it
I'm not
in.
trying to get
Doesn't
credit. I'm
deserve
saying
credit.
You
why
didn't
I
have to
did it.
mention the number of
Yes,
years.
I did. I did.
Oh,
Because there's
I'm
people
sorry.
listening that need to hear a message, okay? Because you don't carry one. So what I'm
Oh, you're
trying
right.
to say
That's right.
is,
What's
You're
the
right.
message?
That's right.
What is the
you don't
message?
have to get high. If you want to stop, I was a fucking full-blown crack addict and I stopped.
Crack, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus.
Right.
Yeah.
So if
when
you
was that then? No, this is real. What year? What year is this?
33 years ago. Subtract.
Well, what year?
33, 80. Let's.
I know that he says it like I'm an idiot, and then he tries to actually do
He
the
doesn't
math.
know, and he can't do it.
He's got no fucking chance. There's
Yeah,
no
sure.
way he's going to come up with the right year first time.
19 years ago from 2000.
No, what was the last?
Yeah.
Well,
He's making it into equations now. It's just like
It's 86, you
no,
dope.
33 years. It was 86.
33 years. I think it's
33
86.
years.
Right. So what are you 62 now? So what? So you.
I was
19 years
28.
from
I was
2000.
28.
28.
The
Yeah.
last night
So
I got
why
high.
did you do that then? So you're living in New York. You're a comedian.
Jersey, yeah.
You're a comedian.
That
I
my
think I was
favorite
doing-
question. That's every audience says the same thing.
You're a comedian?
Yeah. So you,
I kill on stage.
So when you were a comedian.
Yes, I had maybe 2 or 3 years in. My last night, I knew I was going to rehab. I called this guy that books one-nighters,
But I want to know how it started.
How,
so,
like, the
so,
freebase?
so you'd been drinking and doing drugs from earlier than that.
Yeah, I started when I was like 15, yeah.
15.
Yeah.
Where were you born? Where'd you come from?
In Jersey.
So you're in Jersey. You're in bad. What are you in a bad neighborhood? Bad
Yes,
kids.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
and,
Right.
Divorced family, doing
Right.
everything as a kid for attention. It was always negative because,
Right,
as a
yeah.
kid from a divorced family, you feel you're not getting the attention you deserve.
Yeah.
So negative attention is better than none,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
So,
more and more so.
Yeah, so you fall into you fall into the crowd where you feel a little better
So you dropped
than.
out. Were you at school? Or did you drop out of school?
I was in English class one day and I said, "Can I go to the bathroom?" And I got the hall pass and I never came back.
You didn't finish
I just kept
school?
walking.
That was third
That's
grade.
a shocker.
I quit. Yeah,
And this before drugs?
But I
This is-
yes.
and
No,
you-
I was getting high.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Right.
And I
yeah.
started. I had a big business remodeling houses. I mean, when I was 20 or 21, I had 7, 8 guys working for me, remodeling houses.
But so it wasn't interfering then. You were just getting high, like
oh no, it
recreational.
interfered. No, interfered.
But you weren't
'cause-
an addict. You weren't.
No,
you weren't
I was.
being found.
I was doing
in-
coke then. I was doing not. I wasn't smoking it. But once
So
I
you were
had
still
my business,
performing. You were still working.
yes,
Yeah.
as a contractor.
Getting away with it. Right. Okay.
Okay, but I would get my guys. I would set them up on the job. I go, okay, this is what you got to do, and then I would go to the park and lay in the sun because I was too fucked up from the night before from partying, just
Right.
partying. Clubs.
Well, a lot of people do that from
Yeah.
drink. And I drink every night, but I don't let it interfere with my day and the next
Yeah.
day. So but so what was that then? That was drink, cocaine, weed.
Yeah, and then it progressed. Well, weed had started. Weed,
Yeah.
alcohol, partying, whatever,
Yeah.
concerts, and you
Yeah.
name it. And then
And was the cocaine so you could stay up longer drinking and smoking, as opposed to you loved the feeling? It was just to
I
keep
just
you-
liked coke. It was good.
right.
It was fun. But the freebase, see the freebase didn't come till I started comedy. I was doing comedy 2 years.
Yeah.
I don't know who or what, but then I ended up with a couple of comics that also freebased, did crack or freebase. And
This is
for
incredible.
3 years or 2 or 3 years, I mean, we took a major star one time. We were doing a gig. He's a major star now. We were doing
Right.
a gig, and we had to drop him off,
Right.
and we said, hold on, we got to go make a stop first. So I went up to Harlem and bought free base of crack, and he was a wreck. He was just some little white kid. And then we went to the Lower East Side, and the other comic bought heroin. So the other comic's in the back seat shooting up, and the kid's like, fucking get me the fuck out of here. And he's a major star now.
Stop saying that.
Well, he is.
He's a major star.
Yeah, he is.
Who is he?
It's because you'll never hear that.
I know I won't. Who is he?
David Spade.
Oh, okay.
We took him hostage.
Well, you
when he was
gave
a
that
kid.
up.
I love it.
You gave that up fast.
I love it. Discretion all the way. Who was it, David Spade?
He put it in
know.
his book, though. He put
Oh,
it-
okay, fine.
He just
Okay.
sits there.
Yeah.
So then
Then
I
why
was
would you just say
smoking
David
Yeah, why
Spade?
would you say
Because
major
I told the
star?
story many times. Excuse me, comics are talking.
Topping.
Comics
are topping.
Comics are topping. Oh, you're wrong on both counts.
So hold on, I'm trying to go too fast.
Yeah, okay.
I'm trying to go too fast.
Okay.
You got time.
And then,
Oh, yeah.
I knew I was going to die or end up in jail. And I
Right.
said,
So tell me, when you take a hit of crack, it's a little
Free-
rock,
yeah.
and you burn it, and you take it down. Do you smoke it?
Yeah.
right,
You inhale it.
Yeah, and then what? How long? And that's the best feeling in
Then
the world,
what?
is it?
Then
or is
what?
it
You want to
fucking-
fucking suck a dick or rob somebody for more?
Really?
I mean, you can't
Really?
stop.
So
'Cause it's the-
crack is like, so isn't it like 90% addictive on the first hit or something?
well, it's coke is not physically addictive.
No,
Coke
but-
addiction, besides heroin, barbiturates,
Yeah.
is it's the obsession and compulsion.
Well,
so you're
I
not
heard
gonna-
that some street heroin is like less than 4%, so it's not physiologically addictive, but it's the paraphernalia, and they even placeboed some heroin addicts, and it worked.
It did.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
But does it help with the physical withdrawal? If, like, say you get a with placebo and you don't, and you
Well, the
physically
brain's
withdraw
so
and you don't do it, does it help it?
There's probably things happening. There's bits of you shut down, doesn't it? Like, you can only eat sugar because your stomach's screwed. I mean, there's probably things, and also not everyone takes the silly weak. Some of them just go bang. I want it in my neck now. So I mean, that's the.
You never
problem.
tried any drugs?
I've never. Well, yeah, but I've never fucking done that sort of shit.
Well,
yeah.
so anyhow, so once my last night I called this guy. I go, look, I'm going to rehab tomorrow. Give me a gig. So I got $60 then for a one nighter. I went into New York, bought 4 vials, pack of cigarettes, smoked till sunup. Then my mother drove me to rehab, and I never picked up since.
That's amazing that you
That's
actually knew
amazing.
that and then went through with it. Like they said,
See,
fuck
that it only
I-
took one time?
Well, no,
That
because
is
when
amazing.
you're high, beforehand you want to do it, then you get high and you're like, fuck that, I'm not
Yeah.
going. But the fact that you
Yeah.
actually went.
Well, I knew I was going. I just wanted one last. I did that one time. I smoked an eighth of coke, and I went up to this rehab, and I had no idea. I got to go into rehab, and then by the time they saw me, they go, "Do you have insurance?" I go, "No," and I came down already, so I left. But it was like that only lasted
So
5 months.
You go in high. You go in high. Is
Not
that
all,
the- no,
well,
no.
you try to get your last high in.
Oh, is that
just
right? It is
yeah.
like a
Yeah, goodbye.
Stag,
It's
stag
it.
do for
Yeah.
for your heroin. Yeah, okay,
It's like-
great. Okay.
It's like how I kiss my
how did-
wife. Like,
How did you know you were going to die? Like, what made you go, like, I'm definitely going to die here?
well,
This is
because
out of
there's
control.
never a good ending to it.
No,
I mean, there's
well, the
never,
chances are you either
yeah.
give up or you die.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Or you
that's
gotta-
true. That's true of anything. But it's
You're gonna
you
go-
die too soon. Is what
You're
you
going to
say.
go to jail. Either you're going to go to jail, a nut. I was.
How much were you
already in-
doing?
As much. Well, I mean, I didn't have money then. I did as much as I could get. Whenever I could get money. Or
And what
scam
happens
money.
when you go to jail? If you know?
Oh, I never been to jail.
No. But is that worse because it isn't a rehab type thing, and you can still get it, or is it what? I mean, that would
I
have
would
been.
imagine they could get.
That would have been a
every-
first. I mean, that's one of my worst fears. Going to jail. It's
Yeah, me
still
too.
one of my, I've never. Yeah, that and
That's
being
why I don't.
enlisted in a war. Like, but I know I'm way too old for that now.
Yeah.
I was relaxed at 30 when I thought no one's going to conscript me. I'm fine. Whatever happens.
You're afraid of going to jail. Is it the sexual assault or the beatings or the things that are rumored to happen in jail?
Everything.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little bit stir crazy in this room.
Yeah.
So yeah, the liberty taken away. That's the worst thing. Unless it was like when people say, "Oh, you're going to solitary confinement," I go, "Well, I could do a couple of weeks in solitary confinement." But to be in there with people like Rich
Right.
for like a year, it would be too horrendous.
I mean, you don't even want to hear the
Yes.
story of Jim and Ron Jeremy with
No,
a girl.
no,
Can
no.
you? I mean, you have to live that.
Yeah, imagine if that was Ron
Imagine
Jeremy.
if you were my cellmate.
Yeah.
how
Oh, yeah.
awful that time in jail. It would ruin my time in
Sure
jail.
would. Sure would. Because it would be me and Ron, and you'd be in the middle.
Oh, he's the daddy now.
Yes, he is.
Okay, now.
Yes, he
Now,
is.
also, too.
Have you ever gone to a jail like to go to do a walkthrough?
No.
Like,
Yes, we went to Alcatraz.
me and Kenny went to.
But that's almost surreal.
because
Isn't
it's
it?
closed. Me and
It's
Kenny went
almost
to,
like it's a romanticized version now of what a jail is.
The
It's
tourist
like,
version
yeah,
of
the
jail.
it's like that clean, dry white thing is almost worse because it's just people in clean, lovely stainless steel cages.
Yeah.
And it's weird. It's like battery farming.
Why?
Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
almost. I almost like the idea more of like the Count of Monte Cristo. You know, in a cell,
Absolutely.
learning defense.
Yeah.
you should go see, we and Kenny went to San Quentin, but we didn't get to walk through the cell where the prisoners were because it was a chickenpox outbreak, so they weren't letting people walk in. But you can actually, the guard
I don't
was
even
going to
like
take us on a
noisy
tour.
eaters in a posh restaurant. Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
I can be in a 5-star restaurant and someone eating too loud and I go, Jane,
Are
we're
you kidding
leaving.
me?
So
My
that's in
wife
the-
eats an
so when you-
apple so loud I want to put a fucking ice pick in her neck. That's a disease. Listen, it's like laying next to a horse.
Misophonia.
What is that with the ears?
Yeah, if you hear
No,
somebody
it's just,
chewing.
it kills me to hear people.
Oh,
So that's in the show.
I
That's
wanna marry
you.
So did I? All right. Okay. So
Wait.
right. Last time when I flew back from New York,
Yeah.
there was a guy sitting next to me. So it's first class BA, right? And this next seat across the aisle, right? There's a guy. He's about my age probably, and he's reading the paper and he's going. Yeah. Yawning. Right? So the first time I look, I just sort of look like that, and there goes. Yeah, nah, and I think right, he might
He
have
was
a
watching Norton set.
right? So I check it. I think he might have a syndrome. I look at him. I make sure he hasn't got a disability or he's not got Tourette's.
It's not Tourette's, right.
And I made a judgment. No, he's just enjoying fucking yawning.
Mm-hmm.
People were looking round, and I'm sort of shrugging like it's not me. And then the 15th time, he went. I went, excuse me, mate. Can you do the yawn without all the noises at the end?
You said that.
Yeah, and he looked at me and went, oh, sorry. Like that. And then I thought, fuck, I'm sat next to him for 7 hours now.
You just snapped.
I had to ask him because it was driving me mad, like insane. Like when people think, and I had to kill. I felt like that. Right? We were in a restaurant in San Francisco, a beautiful restaurant. Right, me and Jane. We went early. It was like we were, jet lag, so we were eating at like 11:30. There was no one there. We were looking out over the bay, and there was fucking seals and pelicans. And then the waiter walked past, and he went right. And every time he came out, he went like that. And Jane, I was going fucking no. And Jane's going, you can't do anything, right? You can't do anything. So so now I could hear him going, and I was just, to myself, I was just going, cunt! Just so I could just go, cunt! Because I wasn't allowed to say.
So the scenes that are in this show,
They're me.
Afterlife, it's just you.
Yeah.
You just try. That's what the show
Your
is.
fat friend eating across drove you
That's,
nuts.
you ever
that's
been-
it's you.
When you're in a restaurant, somebody's at the next table blowing their nose. I want to fucking club them to death.
At least they blow their nose. Because once there was a bloke on the plane doing that. He was going. Just sniffing, and I went over and said, "Mate, do you want a tissue?" And he
Oh
went,
my God.
I was like, "Thank you," like that. But it's
But Voss will say, this is why I love Voss, because Voss will say the things that are not polite. Like, we've been in delis, and the guy will grab his cup to hand it to him, and Voss will be like, could you not put your fingers in my cup? And he makes the guy get him a new cup. He
put
voices
their
it.
fingers out like that.
It's rude.
It's
It's not even that I care that much about the finger, but why doesn't that bloke know that you shouldn't put your fucking fingers
Right.
I told a
in a
lady,
cup?
I was in Dunkin' Donuts, and I said, and there's a lady in front of me.
Everything's like the start of a cartoon.
I
know.
Said it with Rich. Every anecdote starts like a little cartoon turtle.
Well, so-
When did this happen?
So, and this lady in front of me, she gets her fucking food, and now and her coffee. Her time's up. She's on my time. I swear to God, she's talking to the lady behind the counter.
Annoying.
And I went to her. I went, "Hey, lady." I swear to God, I went, "Wrap it up." I swear to God. I go, "Let's go. You're done." And I threw her out because she's on my time now.
No, you threw her out
agree.
because she was not 6'5" and male. That's why you threw her
No,
out,
I
because she was a
would've done the
lady.
same to a
Shut
guy.
up, you wouldn't have.
I would have. And quit opening your eyes like you're fucking.
I'm pretending I'm looking up
Okay, stop.
at a taller man.
Right.
Back to jail. I did a show in a jail once.
Right.
Is that what they called it?
It's like one of those donkey
If they go
shows.
back to their cells.
It wasn't.
I'm on death row and I've been waiting 2 years. When is this going to happen? But come on, just plug the fucking chair in.
He came in such a nice guy.
Jesus.
So It was a county jail, but it was fucking like. But behind me was a dish of potato chips, of bags that they were staring at them, like that. Just a bag of potato chips.
Yeah. What? 'Cause it was a privilege.
It was a privilege.
Yeah.
And they were so And
Why
after
were
the
they
show-
behind you?
They were. We had
To make
sodas and
to
stuff.
make the prisoners look at him.
Yeah. Keep them focused.
He knows all the tricks.
Yes,
Yeah.
they put a window behind me, a sign that said "Freedom."
A woman.
So that's great. That's
But just a can of soda. This kid was cleaning up after it, and he goes, "Can I have a can of soda?" Like, you
Did you
take
give it to him?
everything for granted. In
Oh,
life.
so you had a rider? Was that your rider or something?
What a can of no, they just had them sodas and
Oh, really?
whatever.
Right.
But I'm just saying, we take everything for granted in life,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
you're in jail.
Oh.
Fucking, they'll kill you for a bag of fucking chips.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And whatever.
Did you give the chips away to the prisoners?
Oh, took them home. I got kids.
Put 'em in a
You
bag.
know, I wasn't allowed to do anything. That's up to
No.
the prison. That's not up
Yeah.
to me.
How was the show?
Imagine Rich saying, "Can I feed him?
Do I get to feed the prisoners?
Can I pet this one? No, don't. That he bites. Don't pet him. He bites. Yeah.
He's aggressive.
One guy I was fucking with one guy. He goes, "I'll kill you." I go, "No, you're not, because I'm leaving. You're not." And
So,
they
but he
just
wasn't serious, was he?
No, but they were.
Oh, they were
fine.
joking. So
They were
they
joking.
so
He goes,
so it's a normal crowd. They just sat in normal.
Yeah. It was fine. It wasn't a prison. It was a county.
Yeah,
before they go to
right.
prison.
So
But
it's
it was
not. It's not like Con Air. There weren't sort of cannibals and
Some of
murders.
them were.
Really?
Well, I mean, it's a county. They haven't gotten to court yet. I
But
think
people who went in for fraud could kill you, couldn't they? So,
So they're actually good crowds, aren't they?
Well,
They're decent, probably because they're just happy.
Because they're so
bet.
hungry for entertainment. Yeah.
yeah, you go 3 miles outside London, and they're really grateful that you came to see them in their town. So yeah, I bet. Oh, that's great.
but can you imagine being in prison and then, like, you see prison, how fucking scary it is, but then solitary confinement, 23 hours a day in a room where you can't talk to anybody.
It would drive you crazy.
You would fucking nuts.
But you hear about the things. But yeah, I think I'd
You do
prefer-
have those Count of Monte Cristo fantasies where you think that you're going to just become really great
Yeah.
at something, or you're going to use that time to yourself.
But I think I would fear. If I was in, for some reason, if I was in a prison that were scary people, I think I would like to be locked in my cell. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
I could certainly cope with loneliness more than
At least that's
Being
predictable.
afraid, yeah.
being.
No, because
But eventually you'd meet people
You
who
would
are like,
meet-
okay, like, yeah, I like talking to this guy, I like talking to
Yeah.
that guy, I like playing chess with him.
I don't know. You see, I've got no idea what the truth is.
I mean,
I think all my information comes from movies and fucking TV
What-
shows.
The
so,
issue would be you'd go to jail, and the first day there, you'd be in the cafeteria or whatever, and you'd be yelling at somebody for chewing loudly.
Yeah, exactly.
And you'd end up with a toothbrush in your gut.
Couldn't I pay my way? Wouldn't I go up to Mr.
Yeah.
Big and say, "You've got $1 million coming to you if you kill anyone that comes near me"? Do
Yeah,
know what
you
I mean?
could do that, sure.
I guess you got the money
straight
now.
to fucking-
Yeah.
You could
Who's
buy
the fucking head
protection.
guy? I
Right.
go up to him and I go, "You've got $1 million coming
Right.
in,
If you
in
take
2
care of me."
years' time. If you kill any motherfucker who comes near me."
Yeah, and he would take care of you.
But you know
Yeah.
what? You would
Hey,
have
mate,
to go
do you
up
need
to
a
somebody.
tissue?
They would go up to you and say
Yeah.
they would know who if you got money,
Yeah.
and they would
They'd protect
threaten
you.
you or
So it wouldn't be that bad for me then.
It might
No,
be.
you just make a very big friend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that big friend also
Yeah.
might want a little more too.
Not if you were paying him.
Yeah, if you don't
Yeah.
sexually assault me, I'll give you a whole bunch of money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that confused me. I saw a thing. There's a guy called Ross Kemp who was an actor. We sort of used him in extras once, and now he goes to the worst gangs in the world. He goes to the worst prisons in the world, and he was in a prison in South Africa, and he was talking to this guy who he rapes people for their initially rapes them for fun.
In jail? Or
In jail, yeah.
Okay.
That's like his
First thing he
hobby?
does, he's a big guy and he rapes people, right? The guys arrive and he rapes them, right? And Ross Kemp says to him, "Oh, you're gay?" He went, "No, I'm not gay." He was offended. I just raped them.
He doesn't make out with them.
It was basically saying I'm top dog. That's how dominant I am.
Just a power dynamic. There's
Yeah,
nothing
yeah,
sexual going on here.
I have to show them who's boss.
And then
You
they
know?
go, "But do you come?"
"Oh God." I mean, it's just.
I'd
such
like
a,
to know.
Yeah, do you come?
I couldn't get
Because
an erection with that.
You wouldn't have to.
No, you're
You
right.
wouldn't be on that
I would
end.
not be in that position.
I love the idea. It's my worst fear and Jim's best fantasy.
Well, it
Oh
would
my
all
God.
depend on the man. If it was a large twink, I would take it. You know.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, it's a skinny guy.
It's a skinny.
It's
cute
his
little boy.
preference.
Yeah, we have a preference. I mean, that'd be mine.
It's
Right.
it's him.
You know what? I'm glad sometimes I don't understand what Jim's talking about. I'm actually proud of that. You know when you don't know a girl band or a boy band?
Yeah.
And you go, oh, no, I didn't. I'd never heard of them.
You realize I'm a better person than I thought I was because I don't understand what he's talking about.
The gaps in my education, I'm really fucking happy with.
I miss those days for me.
I don't want it in my head.
Just go sit in his third row.
Now you talk. The thing about Tony is he's different than any of the guys you ever played because he's really suicidal. Have you ever thought about killing yourself?
No, I haven't actually. I've been very lucky. I haven't really suffered from any mental illness outside the norm of grief. You know, my mum died of lung cancer and it was horrible. But I don't think I wake up irrationally going, I want to. No,
Right.
I've never had that, and that's luck. You know, it's some people get it, and so I haven't had that. But
Well, you have rage issues.
I guess I do.
What makes
Yeah.
you think that during a nice meal in San Francisco? Going, you fucking cunt.
I know. But
You
I was
project your
controlling
anger
it 'cause
outwards.
But I know it's at least okay. So people doing things that are annoying, that is true. They are annoying. They should know they don't do that in a fucking restaurant if they're away. And that's the fucking truth. Me wanting to kill them, I know is irrational, so I don't. So I control.
But they still do what they're doing.
Yeah, and there's
Right.
that, and I'm not. Yeah, so my only choice is to leave because I know I'm not in charge of the world, which annoys me as well.
Yeah.
So I make sure I carry earplugs with me.
Do you really?
Yeah, just in case, right? Because I know that I can't go up to people and say, you're annoying me. I was offended once, right, on a plane. Again, first class, BA, doesn't get any better. This woman walked down the aisle and she was way too fucking tired. It annoyed me. Her face annoyed me because she was too tired. It was like she was celebrating being tired. I wanted to go, open your eyes. Right,
You're not that tired.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to make
yeah.
a show of it so
Yeah,
everybody
exactly.
knows.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So yeah, it's not a rage issue because I don't actually punch anyone in the face or I get
see.
angry and shout in public.
You just mutter.
You control it.
It's a bit.
It's controlled rage.
I mean, it's passive aggressive. Do you want a tissue? It's
Right.
obviously passive aggressive.
And Jane becomes acutely aware of all of it.
Well, I look at someone, if someone's got a voice like that in a restaurant, I mean, the voice, right? And there's lots of categories. The worst is annoying voice, right? Talking bollocks and not letting the person they're with talk. So that gets that. Now I'm really get angry, and I'm staring at them, and Jane's going, they don't know why you're staring at them. Like they're going to stare at me and go, oh, Ricky Gervais is staring at me. I'm talking too loud. I should quieten it down a little bit.
Right.
But they don't know. No, they just. So I go, well, they should fucking know. I want people to know what being human is and walking around in society. Why do people walk around with their fucking mouth open? Shut your mouth and
it's
breathe through
crazy.
your nose, you fucking moron.
It's crazy.
Jesus
Mouth breathers
Christ.
are an insane. But you know what? The self-awareness, I think, is a much rarer quality than people realize. The
Yes, it
level
is.
of self. Jim, you've met people with a very low level of self-awareness.
It's almost unbelievable how low some people's level is.
Unbelievable.
I know. I think they think they're in their space and they can do what they're not knowing that they're permeating their space with noise, with smells. You know, that it's not their space. It's all joined.
Or like you'll say, "Hey, you're doing this right now," and they'll go,
Yeah.
"Oh, what an asshole Ricky is."
I do
Like
exactly.
you go, you are doing this.
I know, but I don't know what good it does
Well,
anyone because
right.
it is everyone's right to go in a public place.
Yeah.
They're just fucking disgusting.
Well, the
that's
lady
all.
got kicked off the plane because she was stuck between two overweight people, and she complained, and now she's fat.
She was
shaming.
but she was a little bit rude about it. Like she wasn't. She could have been nice.
She was very
she was
complaining
She was
about-
shitty.
What's that?
That
That they were-
the plane wasn't straight.
We've been circling
was
the airport
turning
for an hour.
right. Yeah. So what was she complaining about? That they were in her space.
They were in her space,
And
she
they
was
were.
stuck, you know.
Well,
She had the middle seat between
Yes.
two fat people.
Yeah.
Well, I think she's sort of got a point.
She does, but
Yes.
she wasn't nice about it. She could have been nicer.
You got to say,
Yes.
I must be allowed
Yes.
to put my arms on my armrest
Yes.
and
Sure.
breathe.
There's an
I must be-
invisible wall.
She started yelling,
yeah.
"Eat a salad" at people.
Yeah.
Well,
You know, that's a little
well,
different.
Okay, that's rude, and that's not her place to tell them how they lose weight. But it is her place to
Yes.
say your kidneys are in my face.
Yes.
that's
Yes.
how,
How
you know,
comfortable
I
you-
can't breathe. I
Right.
can't breathe. I
This
think
isn't
that's
for your
about-
health. This is for my health. now.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
it's
too
my
fat
right.
for me.
It's your right to get fat, but
Right.
it's my right to have a full seat to myself as well. 'cause
I paid for it.
paid.
And that's the
the
fucking
point.
that's the scumbag airlines that fucking make the seats smaller.
I've been
just,
sorry, Rich. I've been
Go
saying
ahead.
for a decade. Here's what they should have: every single seat in economy
Yeah.
should have like a little thin thing that you can raise,
Yes.
where you both get exactly half the armrest.
Yeah,
that
that'd
would
be
solve
great.
everybody's
That would be great.
fucking
I think
problem.
that should be anyway. I would like a barrier. I would
Yeah.
like
Yes.
a physical barrier. And you're right. That if you can't get into it, then you've got to take a different flight.
And you raise it, and you both have half the armrest. That's it. So if you're 600 pounds, or if you're 120,
Yeah.
there's like a little wall between.
That's how you know if you need to buy 2 seats or not.
Yeah, and you can put it down if you want.
Yeah.
If you can't raise the wall, you need to buy 2 seats because then the next wall has to be yours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm all for that.
Yeah, I'm for the wall.
Yeah.
Build that wall.
Build that wall. Build that wall.
No, not that wall.
Even though first class on British Airways has got to be nicer than sitting in economy. I mean, it's at least you have a certain amount of space.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is amazing.
Did you ever
but
fly out?
I do it more for privacy and to be left alone. You know, I keep saying to people, I don't think it's my right to be in first class just because I can afford it. If they said first class is full and everyone's sniffing, but economy is empty, I'll go to economy.
Right.
There's no doubt about it. Right. I've asked for a smaller trailer on a film before because the big trailer they gave me was too near a school. So it's nothing
Legally?
to do.
No, Temptation.
Oh. I thought you meant the courts wouldn't
it was
allow.
Mad, people screaming, kids screaming when I'm trying to. So I said,
Sure.
"Is there a different trailer?" I said, "Well, there's a tiny one down the road." I said, "I love that one." So it isn't.
You would have lost your mind. The
Work.
hotel that I was just staying at last night in Cleveland. It's like this hotel that's in this mall. It's in a mall, but it's a
Wow.
hotel as well.
All right.
And the rooms open up into the mall. Like they just
Wow.
open right up, and you're in this mall. But they had allowed a private event to go down in the bottom floor.
Cool.
Now there's only like 3 floors,
No.
and it was a wedding.
I've
and they were
had a
going.
wedding shut down before. Go
Th-
on.
this is this
gets
is
married
going
on-
from 5
Oh.
to 11 p.m. And so I hope that that's okay. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. I went into my room and I realized that I might as well just tap out until after 11 p.m. because
Yeah.
it's as if I'm at the wedding. It's blaring through everything.
Again, it's like it's really unfair. I did a gig at this venue. I love the venue, but upstairs there was a gym session, so it was banging all the way through. And the next night I said, "You've got to shut the gym," and they wouldn't. So I never play that venue again. It's mad.
You just said you shut down a wedding, though.
Well, no, I called down. I said, "There's noise." I went, "Yeah, it's a wedding." I went, "And?" And they went, "Well, it's only going till midnight." I went, "Yeah, I'm going to bed now, though." And they went, "Okay, I'll ask them to turn it down." I went, "Thank you."
Did they?
They turned the music down. Yeah.
Yeah, they probably should.
Yeah,
It's not my problem.
They should.
It's not my moral duty to go. Oh, someone's getting married and it's fucked. It's fucked the room that I've paid $1,000 for.
Right.
Let them off because it's their wedding day. If they said, I get people to check now. If they said a wedding, I'll go. Okay, I'll get another hotel, and fine. That's fine. I'll go to another hotel. You know.
Where the fuck you paying $1,000 for a hotel?
I don't know. When I'm on tour, who cares?
Yeah, he pays. He stays in
I
nice
go on
places.
Priceline.
No, he stays in good places.
Do you know what I mean? I wish I hadn't said that.
Why?
Well, you get a nice suite.
Why not? I mean, look, I understand the problems. I mean, if you're going first class BA to $1,000 room, the last thing you need is the peasants celebrating.
That's right.
go.
God forbid
Here we
I
go.
can hear a little noise in my trailer.
I know.
Hey,
Other people's cum was keeping me awake.
Can you knock down that high rise?
This is how selfish and you are when you're creating art. You think the world was. We're doing a scene in extras in a graveyard. There's a scene in the graveyard where I lie. There's the dullard, and I lie about my dead mum being Jewish and all this sort of stuff. Right. So so the location manager says to me, he said, "We've got to be finished in the graveyard by midday because there's a funeral on." And I went, "Oh, they won't bother us." And she went, "No, they don't want you around." But I went, "Oh, of course, yeah, of course."
They won't bother us.
That'd be fine.
You're so in the moment.
Yeah.
I was doing Vox Pops once, right, for a show, 11 o'clock show. My first job doing Vox Pops. We were on someone's
Vox
door.
Pops?
When you go out and say stupid things to the general public.
Like man on the street
Sure,
type
sure,
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I'd ask them what's the, stupid things like, what would you, if you, what's the best thing you can rob an old lady of, stupid questions like
Sure.
that, and they just answer
Her
seriously.
dignity, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And we're on a sort of like at this place, and someone came out of their own house and a take, and I went, oh, fuck's sake. They were coming out of their own house.
And they blew the take.
They ruined your take.
Well, it's the same when they're shooting a movie in town. They close the fucking.
How would
street
you
off.
know?
I don't. That's okay.
Paul
You could-
Rich, I mean, I know you do this to everyone, but Voss seems to be volunteering to be the butt of. I know he comes back with killers more
He's
than
a
us.
mean person.
Oh, yeah.
He's a mean
When did it start?
person.
When did it start taking the
when
mickey
we
out of him?
met.
When did it?
Oh no! In radio, look at.
I mean, I do it with all my mates, and everyone does it to me. So
Yeah.
it's not out of the ordinary.
But for me, you push Voss, and eventually he will hit you back so
Yeah, that's
hard
what I
that
mean.
it's all worth it. Like,
Oh, it's great.
I'm
That's
just
what I do
waiting
it to
to
my
like,
mates as well. I do it to Robin Ince on my show because when he comes back at me
Oh,
and
it's a slam.
I make a mistake, it fucking kills me.
Yeah.
Who?
Robin Ince.
Oh.
I talk to Robin Ince, and then he takes so much, and then he goes on a fucking diatribe about all of it, and it just fucking kills me fighting back. It's great.
All our friends, me, him, Bobby, Keith.
That's all we do is
Patrice,
attack
that's
each
all
other.
we
Yeah, of
do.
course, that's what
We-
mates do.
yes,
That
it's
is how
funny.
that's what
But these
growing
n-
up was. It was play fighting.
Yes.
That's how you fucking. That's why we're comedians because we sharpen our talent when we're fucking young. You know.
But you also know you can hit each other as hard as you want. That's the best part.
Yeah.
I'm never worried about offending him, and
I
he's
know.
certainly not worried about it.
I
with
know
me.
that is like when you have to tread on eggshells because someone might take it wrong. That's not fun at all.
Nope.
It's the worst trait anyway. No sense of humour. I'd rather be with murderers who could take a joke.
That's why
Do you know what I mean?
that's why I love my wife because she's a and she's so
Yeah,
mean.
she's really funny. I see her on
oh,
Twitter. She's some of the things are funny. Yeah.
We really come together when we have the same hatred for the same comic, or
Yeah.
or we hear. But last night I was at the cellar. These new comic. I said something to this new comic or whatever. This
Yeah.
And what's a
And
new
it-
comic to you?
not
Doing
new,
someone doing 5 and you haven't heard of them.
or under 7 years, or just so fucking
Under 7 years.
or
Think
so
of that in any other
politically
job.
correct.
You're a doctor within 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Your people are qualified to shove their finger
Yeah,
up
but
your
yeah.
arse as much as they want
But you
after
know what?
7 years.
You can't be good. You can only be so
Yeah,
good
that just
at
makes-
7. You can only be so good at
I
5,
agree.
7 years.
I think it took me 15
yeah.
to even when I called myself a stand-up.
I'd say 20 for you. But listen, okay, but you're
There
the
it is.
delusional one. Okay, we all give ourselves 5 years.
Jazz hands.
Yeah, with a 5-year window.
Yeah.
So I said
How long have
something
you
to
been
this
going?
kid-
You've been going fucking 30 now.
35 years.
Wow.
35 years.
Some people learn faster.
Yeah. No, some people have longevity. Anyhow. That's true. 5 albums. Anyhow, so.
Nice rings too, by the way.
Thank you. That's just another empty part of me.
No, it's
So-
nice. Show your success.
Yeah, exactly.
I've just noticed the bling.
See, Ricky's
love
got his
the-
hotel
I
rooms
love-
and his
yeah.
first class. Rich, he likes to show his wealth through physical means.
And he has good fingers to have rings on.
They're good, innit? They really are good.
He literally looks
they
like
look like my nan. His hands look like my fat old nan before she died.
Coming after me.
Yeah, I know.
No, he has.
Fucking Liberace's bit of rough. Look at those fucking rings.
He has fingers. It looks like the toes
Turtle
of a
toes.
they look like turtle feet. His
I've got
hands are like
terrible
turtle
hands.
feet.
I've got little fucking toe hands.
You do have tiny little hands.
Yeah,
It's adorable.
My feet look like Lisa Simpson's.
Yeah,
They're
but-
square.
Yeah, but you're not
But your
putting
hands-
precious metals and stones on
no,
them
I'm
to
not.
attract people's attention.
Yeah, exactly.
Also,
You
too,
put them in
your
your pockets.
hands go with your pasty skin too.
I know,
though.
I know, yeah. Yeah.
The bling is not necessary.
I'm just like I like fucking.
He's a wealthy guy. He's very successful. He wants to show the world. I support it.
Thank you.
I said nice sneakers, little bling. You got
Wow.
the Concord 11s on. I mean,
That's
this
great.
is Voss is doing very well. That's clear.
So I
love
said
it.
to this
Aesthetically.
I said to
Oh,
this
sorry.
new comic,
Baseball cap on backwards. That's
right.
It's like someone's dressed him from an SNL sketch. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's
Voss is playing the role of Pete Davidson.
I'm playing a rapper. Yeah, I want all the gear. I want all the gear.
I'm going for the high school gym teacher look.
All right, so what'd you say to the comics? Stop
No, I
coughing.
just said something to this comic last night. You know, a negative, funny thing, and he goes, "I sort of guy goes, wow, what's that about?"
What'd you say?
I go, a joke, stupid.
Yeah.
A joke.
A joke, stupid. I want to
Yes.
say that every day.
Yes.
I want to say that every hour, every day. What
Yes.
does that mean? It's a joke.
It's a joke.
It's a joke. Well,
You're a
yeah.
comic. You're
Yeah.
so thin. They're so thin-skinned
know.
now. It's almost.
And I'm sick of comics going after other comics, virtual signaling, and it's been on this, and you were always great, and you
Yes.
said, and it's just like it's people kicking people when they're down, and they're basically saying to the public, "Look at me, I'm not like that.
I'm
Aren't I
good."
brilliant?
No.
Aren't I fucking brilliant?" That's what virtual signaling is. I'm so good. I pick on the minutiae of people, fucking judgmental assholes. Honestly, I can't stand it. There's way too much of it about.
It's only killing their First Amendment right too. But every time you go after a fucking comic as a comic, you're only hurting your fucking self.
I agree.
It's the
That's
worst.
when I like the backlash. When people say, "Fucking calm down, dude. He's funnier than you motherfucker."
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These fucking social warriors out there, shut up.
It's social
Just
justice. Social justice.
Social justice,
warriors.
not social warriors.
It's not social warriors.
In my neighborhood, they were warriors.
social justice warriors.
Okay, I'm not going to use all the words.
That's like a Trump quote. That's like a Trump quote. Yeah. Well, it was the national address, sir. I'm not going to use all the words. Yeah,
We're saying
I love
the
it.
same thing.
Exactly. Like Dickens said that once. This book's a bit like, I'm not going to write all the words.